You're now tuned into Grown Woman Glow with your host, Renee Rodney, where soft hearts grow savage boundaries. This is a space for healing, real talk, and the truth we're done hiding from. Let's get into it. Sometimes the strongest stories comes from the quietest places. Today, I'm sharing a letter I received from a woman. She called herself Monica. A woman who thought she'd finally found peace after a heartbreak, only to discover she would walk into something even more painful. This one might feel close to home for some of you. So find a quiet space, take a breath, and listen. My name is Monica. I'm 34. And I thought I had really been through the worst. I had just come out of a messy divorce that left me questioning everything: my worth, my judgment, even my ability to love again. I wasn't looking for anything serious, just space to breathe. But then I met Damien. He was tall, articulate, kind, or so I thought. His beard was always lined up, his cologne always just right. The kind of man who would open doors and call you queen in the way that made you believe it. He didn't just do the right things, he did them at the exact right time. It felt like he could read my mind, like he studied me in a way no one ever had. I had never be having a rough day and he'd show up with my favorite drink. He knew what side of the bed I slept on, how I liked my eggs, what songs made me cry. He'd tell me things like, I just want to be your safe space. And I believed him for a while. I really believed this was it, like God had finally sent a man who would make it all make sense. But a version of him didn't last long. First, the little things stopped. The sweet texts got shorter. The calls became rushed. Then the criticism crept in, slowly like poison wrapped in silk. You're too emotional. Maybe that's why your ex left. You always want too much. At first, I defend myself, but somehow every argument ended with me apologizing, even when I didn't know what I did wrong. He stopped being soft. He stopped being safe. One time he held so close to my face I could feel the heat of his breath. Another time, he snatched my phone out of my hand and accused me of cheating over a call from my sister. And then came the worst night when his aunt crossed the line I told myself I'd never allowed. And the worst part, I stayed for a little while because I thought maybe I was the one who changed. Maybe I didn't try hard enough. I went back through old texts and convos, replay every good moment trying to figure out where it flipped. But the truth is, he was never who he said he was. He just acted like the person he knew I needed until I trusted him. Now I'm rebuilding, quietly, slowly, but intentionally. If someone is listening, is where I was, please don't wait for things to get worse. Love isn't supposed to confuse you. Real love doesn't raise its voice or its hand. Real love doesn't make you question your own sanity. It supports your healing, not hijack it. Monica. Oh, y'all, when I read that message from Monica, I felt that deep. Because somehow, many of us have confused efforts with manipulation. Let's talk about it. The red flags. Silence between the sweetness and what healing really looks like after heartbreak. You met him when you were soft, maybe too soft. The version of you who believed love could fix anyone. He came with charm, consistency, just enough to make you feel chosen. And before you knew it, you were deep in something that looked like love but felt like waiting. Waiting for him to care, waiting for him to call, waiting for him to remember who you are. But love shouldn't feel like starvation. That's not love, that's survival. You ignore the red flags. You gave more grace than you ever received. You shrunk yourself trying to keep someone who was already half gone. You silenced your voice, excused his behavior, and convinced yourself it was just a phase. But the truth, you were begging for the bare minimum. That's right, Monica, the bare minimum. And I know this because I was her too. I stayed too long. I held on what I should have let go. I loved someone who gave just enough to keep me confused. And I turned emotional crumbs into reasons to stay. I told myself maybe he's just going through something. Maybe it's me. Maybe if I love him harder, he'll get it. But all that love did was drain me. I forgot what it meant to feel seen, to feel safe, to feel chosen without conditions. And when I finally walked away, it was because I stopped loving him. It was because I finally started loving me. Loving me. So my listeners, tonight, these are our globe affirmations. I want you to say this with me. Say this with meaning. I don't have to earn the kind of love that's meant for me. I am no longer accepting emotional crumbs. I released survival love and I reclaimed my softness. I choose peace. I choose healing. I choose me. And in fact, we can't leave our savage truth. Red flags don't fade, they flare. If you wanted to, you would. You can miss someone and still choose peace. You can outgrow a person you once prayed for. Walking away isn't weakness, it's growth. It is growth. My listeners, this is your glow assignment for tonight. Sit with yourself in a quiet space, whether you want to drink on some wine or sip some tea, and write these. What version of me did I lose trying to love them? What do I deserve that I kept trying to earn? What boundaries do I now refuse to bend? And besties, let these answers be your mirror and your medicine. If this episode felt like a mirror, like a little truth you weren't ready to say out loud yet, I'm glad we said it together. Share this with a sister who is giving too much to someone, giving her nothing back. In the meantime, hit that subscribe button, like, and leave a comment. And don't forget, your glow isn't what you hold on to, it's in what you finally release. This is Grown Woman Glow, where healing gets real, softness is sacred, and your boundaries are your rebirth. Until next time, besties, stay soft, stay savage, stay glowing.